Imagine running a marathon, 42.2 kilometres or 26.2 miles. Now imagine running a marathon every day for 150 days. Now imagine running 150 consecutive marathons whilst raising over $140,000 for at-risk Australian wildlife. Meet
World record runner Erchana Murray-Bartlett.
Erchana Murray-Bartlett.
Give it up for Erchana Murray-Bartlett.
My name's Erchana Murray-Bartlett and I recently ran 150 marathons in 150 days.
Good Lord, it's an effort. So I'm sure I can manage putting my runners on and going for a short jog and a sit-down chat with this local legend.
Yeah, serious face.
Act local!
Did you wake up one day and you say, you know what, I'm going to raise a shit ton of money running 150 marathons in a row? How did it start?
I grew up in the Yarra Valley. It's where all the old growth forests are. And I have 3 sisters and we're all within 4 years apart. So we're all really close. Essentially that meant that mum was super stressed. And she used to kick us out in the morning and say, just go and entertain yourselves and come back when I need to feed you for dinner. So I would come back and yeah, through that, just exploring all day, every day, I just created this like connection with the wilderness around me. Through that, I guess, childhood era, I had this dream of running the length of Australia. I just didn't have a why. Got into my 20s, really learnt that Australia was a world leader in biodiversity loss, and we had these huge issues with deforestation and these huge issues with, our mammal species just becoming extinct at this incredible rate. It was really time to do something about it. And again, I didn't know what to do about it or how to help. I don't have a background in conservation. I'm not educated in climate space or studies or biodiversity. I'm a nutritionist and I run. Escalated into COVID where my running career was paused because we weren't racing, and the fire in my belly to do something about the environment heightened because I was doing more research on it than ever before because I had all this time on my hands. I thought, all right, this is my time. I'm gonna do this crazy run to try and raise awareness and funds for at-risk Australian wildlife.
Because you definitely see some other people doing amazing feats, but they've kind of come up with a cool feat and they're like, oh, should we just tack an organisation onto this? That wasn't for you?
No. So I'd been talking to the Wilderness Society and thinking about ideas to fundraise before this, and yeah, during COVID when they took my competition away, I'm like previously a marathon runner. Yeah. I thought, oh, okay, well I want to run. That's the answer. How
does that start when you go, look, I'm going to do this amazing undertaking. How do I tell people about it and tell people that I'm doing it for a good cause?
That was the first big hurdle I hit because it's all well and good having a big idea. Without a big marketing idea, your big idea is just going to fall by the wayside, right? So my original plan was to run from A to B, from Cape York to Melbourne, and there was no structure. It was today if I can run 20 Ks, I will run 20. If I can't run today, I'll have a rest day. If I can run 50, and I was just going to do it as it came. I put that to sponsors, who was your first litmus test on an idea, and I got 0 sponsor. No one wanted to get behind it. I thought, oh, it sucks. Clearly, if the brands that I'm trying to connect with aren't resonating with the message, the audience isn't going to resonate with it either. So I thought, all right, well, why don't I try and do 150 marathons in 150 days through, and this was the important part, through all the national parks. And the second I did that, all the sponsors jumped on board and eventually had enough yeses to do the mission. Partnered with the Wilderness Society with a very clear message, alarming enough to capture people's attention, but simple enough to keep it. And it was, extinction is a choice. And the purpose of Tip to Toe was to highlight the animals that were going extinct or endangered in every region that I would run through and just keep it as simple as possible, whilst also showcasing the beauty of that area, because it also has to be a captivating message, because sometimes we have short attention spans.
I mean, you see TikTok videos and they've got subway runners or whatever underneath, and I'm watching that and I'm getting a podcast at the same time, information overload. Why the Wilderness Society?
I went to them at the start because they had a very much a top-down level of approach. They really campaign on a parliamentary level, and they're doing big things to try and actually get legislation there to protect it ongoing. I'm one person, how can I have the biggest impact? And that seemed to be at the time a really good way to do it.
Where does the money go?
I did originally say to the Wilderness Society, hey, are we able to, itemise the money and we can choose? But at the end of the day, it just went to the Wilderness Society. At the very start, I was like, if I'm going to donate to the Wilderness Society, I have to trust in what they're doing, which I do. I wouldn't have chosen them if I didn't. And I do understand that, there's money in admin, money needs to go towards employing people. But if we don't pay these people to do these jobs, they can't fight these battles. So wherever in the Wilderness Society it's going to, I'm just hoping it's a good cause.
Were there days where you felt, you know what, I could just kind of
Jump in a car.
jump in a car and just let Strava or whatever you use and do its thing?
Oh, there's absolutely days, particularly in like parts of country Victoria where you can literally see 40k ahead on a big, hot, dirty road, and you're like, oh.
What intrigues you about running, and also running just long distance?
One, people. I love running with people.
Yep.
And you meet people and you can have these cool chats. Two, places. You get to see really, really cool parts of Australia and any country that you're in, and it's really a good way to connect with the outdoors. And three, you can eat whatever you want.
It's something maybe I should start. I just eat whatever I want and I don't go running. Post-run, you've done 900 interviews. What's a question you're sick of answering?
How many shoes have you gone through?
Oh!
10 pairs.
Okay.
I was sponsored by Tarkine,
Yep.
so shout out to them because they use, yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Tarkine. Erchana loves you so much. Thank you, Tarkine.
Because they use recycled products to make their shoes, and they donate to the Bob Brown Foundation. So technically I was raising money for 2 foundations.
What's the main thing you want people to take from your effort, your journey, your 150 marathons, your $140,000 raised?
I want people to know that before tip to toe, I couldn't run 2 marathons.
Yep.
And I went and did 150. And so if you've got your eye on something, don't throw it in the bin. Give it a try and you might surprise yourself. And it doesn't have to be a physical thing. If you've got a cause and you want to make a splash, you can do it in 1,000 different ways. It just takes creative storytelling. I think that whatever you're passionate about, for me it's the environment, you do need to do something about it. And for me that's running. And so one of my biggest kind of things that I like to campaign for is using your passion for advocacy, and that's what I tried to do. So I'm really good at running, you might be really good at piano or swimming or whatever you can do.
She knows I'm good at piano, it's fine.
And swimming.
Yeah. It's my 2 big passions.
Yeah, I know. Whatever you're doing, you know, you can direct it to good. You know, like I said, I don't have a background in conservation, so I can run. I knew I could use my platform and my skill set to share the message.
Wait. Before you click off to another vid, no doubt in the Act Local series, I want you to witness the greatest moment in my sporting career.
Yeah, sweet.
Good running.
Nailed it.
Good technique.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's these shoes.
Bouncy.
And the half marathon that I did 7 years ago.
Mum, I've made it.
If you know another local legend doing cool shit to protect the natural world, comment their name down below and I'll get in touch with them. Love ya. I'm off.